მოგეხსენებათ, საქართველოს 5 წილად პატივი ყოფილიყო მასპინძელი ქვეყანა საიუბილეო მე-10 მსოფლიო საოჯახო კონგრესის. დღეს რუსთაველის თეატრში შედგება კონგრესის დახურვის ოფიციალური ცერემონია. გთხოვთ მიესალმოთ კონგრესის აღმასრულებელ დირექტორს ბატონ ლარი ჯეიკობს.
I can't believe we're already at the closing ceremony of this great event. I thank all of you that are here, and it's been just an honor and a privilege to be part of this wonderful World Congress of Families 10. As customary, at the end of the World Congress of Families official event, we develop a declaration, and I'm pleased to bring the 2016 Tbilisi Declaration to you. Reading the declaration is our former president of the Howard Center for Family, Religion, and Society, and our founder of the World Congress of Families, Dr. Alan Carlson.
The Tbilisi Declaration 2016. We delegates to the World Congress of Families 10 gather in the ancient and honorable land of Georgia, in the venerable and beautiful city of Tbilisi, at a time of great historic importance. During the last several decades, a titanic global contest over the nature of society and the fate of children has taken form. It has now come to a head. On one side are gathered the forces combining revolution with retrogression, novelty with depravity, and cries of liberation with a new slavery. This movement elevates sexual desire and atomistic individualism to the highest of human values. It denies any natural order to human life, and it degrades children into nuisances or tools to serve adult ends. On the other side are those who defend the natural family. We affirm the wisdom embodied in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights that the family is the natural and fundamental group unit of society entitled to protection by society and the state. We hold that human beings are by nature social, conjugal, and procreative. We see in the creation a divine moral order that seeks to protect and nurture children. In this context, it is distressing to find many Western nations, transnational bodies such as the European Union, and large corporations joining the cause of the sexual revolution. Yet it is hopeful to also see the younger nations of Africa and Asia and many of the lands recently freed from the yoke of communism rallying behind the natural family. Today we recognize that the Republic of Georgia is a pivot point in the great contest over the human future. Accordingly, we delegates to this Congress affirm the following truths. Human sexuality exists to bind men and women together in love and cooperation in the begetting and rearing of children. Marriage is a social institution ordained of God, designed to protect the procreative couple and their children. Wise public policy seeks to maximize the number of children born into stable, married couple homes. Men and women are equal in dignity and rights, yet complementary within marriage and child-rearing, a distinction that governance must respect. The home is the first polity, the primary source of sovereignty, and also the first economy, where private property serves to protect liberty. Relative to events in the year 2016, such truths point to specific propositions. Governments and transnational entities should end efforts that redefine marriage, returning to the conventional and natural understanding of one man in a voluntary union with one woman for life. Governments and transnational entities should cease all propaganda in favor of gender theory and sexual orientation, which has no basis in biological reality. To counter the perils of sub-replacement fertility, tax and other public policies should favor the married couple child-rich home. And governments should acknowledge and respect the role of parents in determining their children's education, guarding childhood innocence, and raising the next generation with the ability to differentiate between vice and virtue and to follow the path of beauty, goodness, and truth. So offered to the world by we, the delegates of the World Congress of Families 10, I ask you now, if you would agree with this document, that you affirm this by the word I. Aye. So approved.
Thank you, and congratulations, Georgia and Tbilisi, on your new declaration. It's now quite a fun part of the program that we get to celebrate and honor many of those who have not only made this event possible, but have done great things for family, faith, and freedom. The first award that we'd like to present tonight is to Senator Anthony Szymanski, and on his behalf, Lech Kowaleski will accept the award. Senator Szymanski was here earlier for the Congress, but had to return to Poland, so Lech will deliver it personally. Let me read it to you. The Familia et Veritas Award, Family and Truth Award. In recognition of service and courage in defense of truth, family, and humanity, to Senator Anthony Szymanski, for unselfish service and outstanding contributions in affirming the natural family as the fundamental and only sustainable unit of society, and defending the sanctity and dignity of all human life, conception to natural death. The World Congress of Family gratefully recognizes Senator Anthony Szymanski, Republic of Poland, for his leadership in defending the family in Poland and Europe, and for his help in organizing World Congress of Families 4 in Warsaw in May of 2007. Please congratulate Anthony Szymanski. Thank you, Lech. Our next award, again, honors someone from a country who's been defending faith, family, and freedom, has been in the news a lot as well. Our next award goes to the Secretary of State for Families and Youth, Katalin Novak, and accepting the award on our behalf is the Ambassador of Hungary. Let me read the award. Again, we thank Shandor Sabo for being here to accept it. This award, the Familia et Veritas Award, the Family and Truth Award, is in recognition of service and courage in defense of truth, family, and humanity, presented to Secretary of State for Family and Youth, Katalin Novak. Thank you. The next two people don't need introduction. You've seen them throughout the Congress, and certainly what you've seen here is just a small sample of more than 2 years, actually more than 3 years of work that's gone into actually making this event possible. I'd have to say I could give you a lot of personal stories, a lot of late night and time zone stories, but I don't want to embarrass her. As far as I could tell, she was working 24/7 around the clock. And I think many of the speakers from the more than 50 countries that are represented could say that they felt like she was awake at all hours of the day. This award is presented to the Executive Director of World Congress of Families 10, Tinatin Korbaladze, or Tico.
ძალიან დიდი მადლობა ყველას. ეს კონგრესი დარწმუნებული ვარ ნამდვილად ეღირება იმ შრომად, უამრავი ადამიანის გარჯად, მრავალ უძიმილო ღამედ. ძალიან დიდი იმედი მაქვს, რომ ეს კონგრესი მოიტანს იმ შედეგს, ტრადიციების ოჯახის, ჩვენი ერის ღირსების დაცვის საქმეში, რისთვისაც ჩვენ ეს ყველაფერი გავაკეთეთ. მე რომ მკითხონ, თავიდან რომ იწყებდა ყველაფერს, გაივლიდით თუ არა იმავე გზას, ჩაატარებდით თუ არა კონგრესს, ერთი წამითაც არ დავფიქრდებოდი. ძალიან დიდი მადლობა ყველას, ვინც მოგცა საშუალება, რომ ყოფილიყავით მასპინძელი ამ არაჩვეულებრივი მე-10 საიუბილეო მსოფლიო საოჯახო კონგრესის, ეს ძალიან დიდი პატივია. ძალიან დიდი მადლობა ბატონ ლევან ბასაძეს, რომელიც არის თავმჯდომარე ამ კონგრესის, ესეთი ნდობისთვის, რომ მე ყოფილიყავი ამ კონგრესის დირექტორი.
Our next award, the Familia Naturalis Award, the Natural Family Award, is in recognition of service for uniting leaders in defense of family, faith, and freedom. For his vision, sacrifice, and perseverance in organizing World Congress of Families 10 in Tbilisi, Republic of Georgia, I'd like to present Levan Vasadze with this award.
Good evening. What an honor and pleasure to be here. I joined Larry in his bewilderment and surprise that we're closing this. What an amazing 3 days. We will have some more tomorrow, but we need to say, where do we go from here? Well, the World Congress of Families will go to its next venue, the 11th World Congress of Families. I understand there are some wonderful countries up in the bidding process. I want to congratulate the wonderful efforts that Hungary, Argentina, and Portugal are making in this process. I want to wish all of them the victory and tell them that if they win, it's going to be a great celebration for their countries. If they lose, they can always try to do it again. I want to thank our wonderful sponsors. I talked about Wayne too, and he said, don't talk about me again, and I'm not going to talk about Wayne too tonight. I want to thank Brian Brown for his commitment. Vicente Sego said, don't talk about me, and I'm not going to talk about Vicente. Thank you. Ignacio Arciaga, thank you very, very much for your support. And of course, the Howard Center, without whom this would be impossible. I want to thank Howard Center for the trust and support that they have put in us throughout this process. Our wonderful Georgian sponsors, Mr. Tamas Somkhishvili and Gianni Mikhailov and Vano Nakaidze, who are humble and modest people. They're not here, but they've supported this. Where does Georgia go from here? I think we go back to our roots because they are our future. I think we go to the awakening. I think we go to the reality, the exit from the hypnosis we are in. I think we wake up and we say, we love all the great cultures that have come to our beautiful land. We respect them only as long as they respect us. And we say to all of them, you are all welcome to be civilized, cultured guests, but when in Georgia, do respect Georgian traditions which are rooted in Christian culture. As we prepare to rejoice in this celebration of Georgian culture, phenomenal music and choreography, which despite its wonderful, this small stage will put on a wonderful performance nonetheless. I want to make sure that I share the last piece of great news with you. There is a wonderful group of civil leaders and enthusiasts, politicians, thinkers who have approached me during this Congress and said, Levan, we want to initiate a referendum with the election administration of Georgia. Will you join it? And I said, what is the referendum about? And they said that on the basis of the Article 10 of the Organic Law of Georgia, we are proposing the call for the referendum to remove and exclude the terms sexual orientation and gender identity from the following laws of Georgia: the elimination of all forms of discrimination, Penal Code of Georgia, and the Labor Code of Georgia. And I'm here to tell you I'm honored to join that flight for the referendum. And Doug, please forgive me, and we need to thank, of course, the Alliance for defending the freedom, for supporting this wonderful Congress. There will be stunning performances tonight. Let me get out of your way and enjoy your concert. Thank you.